Today, we have much to discuss. You making fun of me now? You laughing at me? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cozy Time YouTube channel. What the hell was that? Bug came in and hit me in the face? Wow. In today's video, we quite literally have about 1,000 different things to go over. This week has been a crazy one. So many different things happened. First and foremost, if any of you ever pay attention to the news or anything political, you would know that we just had election day not too long ago. Hate to say it, and if you didn't already know who won, well, we know who won, so that's that. I knew it, baby. All them haters said that he wouldn't win. All them camel toe supporters. Sorry, dude. I think the best thing about this is gas prices about to go back down, and if they don't, my wallet's just gonna hurt forever. It's whatever. Ugh. Now, speaking of a crazy week and action-packed things happening left and right, we're actually gonna be upgrading my garage today, if you can believe that. Bear with me a moment. Check it out, got a new stool! Now, some of you might think, wow, Coos, what a lazy bitch you are. Well, I'll tell you what, when you got a bad lower back like I do, you improvise, okay? Now, half the time I'm out here working on these cars, doing all kinds of stuff, doing all kinds of projects, and I notice anytime I'm working on something, I gotta do a lot of bending over, a lot of squatting into positions that just don't feel right. So I got me a stool, one with, there, hold still, what? Yeah, dude. Whenever I gotta work on like the brakes or something, I gotta reach really low. I don't gotta sit on the ground anymore. How bougie! It was like $32 at Harbor Freight, not too bad. And it matches quite literally every other thing I own, minus my pressure washer and my jack and my stands, because they're about green as can be. In all seriousness, here we are. It's hot-ish. It's Friday. This is a automotive-based channel, so I've come to learn. Sorry. Okay, hold on. Hit the brakes, Jerry. Stool keeps moving on me.
Hit the brakes, Terry. Hit the brakes.
Hit the brakes. Put it in reverse, Terry. Put it in reverse. Oh, no, Terry.
Bag up, bag up. Bag up, Terry. Put it in reverse, Terry. Put it in reverse. Oh, Lord.
This being a car channel, being that we do car stuff, we probably ought to talk about something car related. Well, I'll tell you one good one that happened this week. Took up a whole day of mine. Good racing, babe. All right.
Hurry up, son.
Quit yapping at me, woman. Tell me to hurry up. Hold on. Saw that? It's the only back hit I can afford. Broke boy life. All right, check it out. Problem child of the week was actually Rhonda the Honda. I know. You're surprised because Rhonda the Honda has never really been the problem child. It's only ever thrown a belt. Well, this time it threw an alternator. Check it out. Rhonda the Honda shit an alternator. She just decided it was time to go, and I think it was original, which means that alternator was going on 24 years old, which means it was time to cook itself a new one. Bonjour. Golly, check it out. Ah! Bring it in, gang. Okay. Hopefully the audio is not crinkled up too much and it doesn't sound all goofy. Try my best here. Try not to swallow it. Try not to distance myself. Trying to make sure it's good for y'all. All right, check it out. Look, this started out with me coming home from the gym. I was door dashing and I had a good order come in. It was like a $14 order and I said, hell yeah, thank you, Lord. Good payday, right? Well, Rhonda the Honda, we're sitting at the light 5 seconds after I hit accept on this order, and I'm not kidding. The car started to like idle just terribly, and I'm like, Rhonda, what the fuck are you doing? We were just fine 5 seconds ago. What is going on? So, long story short, make a U-turn, pull into an AutoZone, call my good neighbor Jose over for some help. We conjure up that not only was my battery not good, my alternator.
It's probably the alternator.
Your alternator.
My what?
Your alternator.
My alternator. Somehow found out that it was also not good. I mean, if you obviously couldn't tell, this son of a bitch is brand new. Check it out. Look how shiny it is. Ding. Huh? Yeah, it ain't black, covered in power steering fluid and grease. Now, this is a funny one. This battery right here, if you couldn't tell, There's a Napa battery. I think the last one didn't have any stickers because my ghetto ass probably took them off thinking it looked kind of cool. Took the battery to Napa. Napa, if y'all ever see this somehow, oh my goodness. Shout out to you folks for hooking me up with a battery under warranty. That son of a bitch was free and it's covered for 2 years. Now the battery is obviously not a hard job. What is a decent struggle, however, is these damn alternators. Wasn't too terrible, but we got it done for also not a bad price. That one was an O'Reilly's matter. Shout out to you folks, appreciate it. It's always a good time at O'Reilly's, but never AutoZone. It's always a little weird. Now, even funnier, I don't know how this works. I'm not the expert. I've never claimed to be the expert, okay? I'm just not that guy, okay? Somehow, we fix this alternator. We get to driving the car around a little bit, and wouldn't you know it, we don't have a check engine light anymore. Now, for some of you that understand what that means, that's a great day if it sticks. And if it don't, well, they usually stay on anyway. But Rhonda the Honda has always had a check engine light since I've owned the car for weird miscellaneous things I don't even know how to explain. Now, I guess a bad alternator would send weird codes. It'll send weird alternations. I don't know. But it's pretty... Altercations, huh?
Altercation.
I said alternations.
And I said altercation.
Is alternations a word? I bet it is. But on a real note, Rhonda the Honda shit an alternator, fixed the alternator, and it fixed a lot more problems than one. So that's kind of cool. This is only after I got a 3/8 adapter ratchet thing stuck over here. Should bring it in with my love and show them. Not my stool. We got that son of a bitch stuck like right in. Back it up, sugar. Like right about where my finger is. Stuck in here, couldn't hardly get it out, had to take a hammer and beat it out, but we got it done.
Put it in reverse, Terry, put it in reverse.
I could not put it in reverse, Terry. That was the problem. That was the problem, Terry.
That's always your problem.
That's always my problem, I guess. Not fun, but you know what? It was fun because I learned something new. I got a nice tan, nice little sunburn if you couldn't tell. I spent like 4 or 5 hours in the AutoZone parking lot, so it was quite the time. Huh? My veins are popping because I'm getting so mad. It's probably just because I'm Big Daddy Biggins, baby. Strong as hell. It's because I go to the gym, buddy.
It's like in the day, buddy.
7 days a week. Certified freak. That's because I go to the gym and I eat my meats. And other things you probably hear me never say again. Now, I know I joke about it a lot, but in all seriousness, this time, it was, in fact, the alternator.
It's probably the alternator.
The alternator.
The alternator. We, in fact, replaced my alternator.
It's probably the alternator.
And they made the car into like a brand new machine. This thing drives smoother than it's ever driven and more sound. It's just better all around. I don't know. I guess if you want an old car to feel like a new car, replace your alternator. Probably make it feel a little better. A little bit better alternations. Babe, what else do we have to talk about? Real talk. What else do we have to complain about this week? Oh! Bring it in. All right, honey, what are we talking about?
Hellcat.
The Hellcat? Why? Marketplace? Aha! Oh yeah, well. In the name of car news, car business, the Hellcat this time, I don't know how I did this, but I was on Facebook Marketplace looking for Hellcat Durangos because they're going for a good low 60, 62K for the right vehicle. I think it's not too bad of a price for an SUV. And I got curious and I thought, what about Hellcat Chargers or Challengers or whatever? Maybe even a dang old Trackhawk, who knows? So I get to doing some looking on these SRTs and wouldn't you know it, I somehow found, I'll put up the pictures right about here, I actually found a listing for my Hellcat, if you can believe that. And it says on there, it says listed over a year ago. Well, I bought this car over a year ago, so that already makes sense. I mean, it was my car, spec for spec, wheel for wheel. Cooper, you okay, buddy? Is the food just not hitting right?
I'm not feeding him fast enough.
Not feeding him fast enough, she says. Okay. Cooper's just a hungry boy. Cooper is almost 7 months old, if y'all can believe that. Needless to say, I found the car on Facebook for sale from beyond way back when. Somehow thought that was kind of cool. I tried hitting up what I thought was the previous owners, and come to find, I found them. And they did not believe that this car was the same car from before because I was told somewhere in the mix that's not the same car. Doesn't even have the same front end. Obviously, yeah, check it out. Right here in the first picture, the car has a splitter. The car obviously doesn't have it, and I took that off ages ago and put on gosh darn bumper guards because I thought it would match the Scat Pack pretty well, and it does. But this person was saying that this was not the same car, and I'm like, dude, it's literally the same car, even down to the stupid red badge that went on the trunk lid, okay? It's the same car. What do you mean? Long story short, we're looking to get some some information, looking to get some insight, maybe a backstory on the Hellcat as to why it is how it is. And what I mean by that is in the description of this listing, it specifically says 180-degree thermostat, check engine light, needs tuned. Well, I could have figured the thermostat part because anytime I've ever driven the car that I've ever noticed, even when I've been beating on the car, you know, stepping on it, doing whatever, doing donuts, racing Lambos, whatever it may be, I've noticed the temps never go up to full operating temp. And by full operating temp, I mean the normal temp, which would be your halfway, whatever that is, should be like 205, 200 or so. This thing sits at like 185, which is a little bit cooler than 205. So it never sitting fully up to temp, I kind of figured that anyway. But it needing a tune, I wouldn't know why, because the car, well, it drives just fine, so I don't know why it would need a tune. Could you imagine if I did get this thing tuned with what's done to it? It'd probably make about 850 wheel. I don't know what I would do with myself having 850 wheel. I already make about 750 and it's already crazy. Now, the only insight I did get on the Hellcat is that the previous owner owned it for about 3 years, and in 3 years, they only put about 4,000 miles on the car. And I was told the reason they even got rid of the car is because they just didn't drive it enough and it was taking up space for nothing. Kind of like it does in my garage. Now, what's also funny to me is in this listing, it has on there that there was a Gates belt put on this car, but it doesn't mention anything about the lower pulley. Funny. Now, the only reason I know this car has a lower pulley is because I was fishing around with my flashlight one of these days, quite literally like 8 or 9 months ago. It's been a minute. And I noticed on the lower crankshaft thingamajig, I have no idea what term I'm using here. Not the mechanic, all right, I'm just the operator. Leave me alone. I noticed it had some letters, had R-I-P-A tuned. And I said, what the hell is rip a tune? Come to find, I looked it up. This car has the lower dampener sleeve pulley crankshaft cover thingamajig, or whatever you want to call it. It's called the lower pulley, as any normal person will call it with these kind of cars. And that alone pushes a good 750 wheel in this car. I'm not kidding. That's what they say. It's supposed to average per the old Hellcats. But either way, I don't have enough history on the car. I would love to know the story on it, why it sits how it does, why it runs the way it does, why it had the customization it did in the first place. Maybe they know the owner from before them. Who knows? It's nice knowing the history of what you own, I would think. Kind of like with Rhonda the Honda shitting an alternator. That thing was so nasty, I really do think it was original. And if I never put it up or showed y'all a picture of that, here you go. Maybe need to see it twice, who knows? That alternator was nasty. Tell you what, all these cars, man, they're always something. They always need some loving, some oil, and some scrubbing because they get dirty. It's always a project, but it's always something to learn as well, and that's kind of the beauty of it. Rhonda the Honda over here, I learned that it internally has not failed me yet. I mean, it shit an alternator, but what car's not going to do that, you know what I'm saying? Cars that get used all the time, they go through alternators, they go through other little feasible parts. I don't know what to say here. So I think personally, Rhonda the Honda still hasn't really left me stranded because I kind of technically could have been driving the car. It just would have messed it up more. And then the Hellcat over here, believe it or not, oh my, this damn stool's gonna take some getting used to. The Hellcat over here, oh my goodness. I want to get tires for it. I also want to get a drag pack for it because I think it would be sick nasty having some real stickies, make for some real roll races, you know what I'm saying? I really want to get some R888s and slap them on the Cat because I think that would look sick nasty. That would make for some great traction because I've talked to guys that make a good 900 wheel and narrow body Chargers, and I've heard that 900 wheel on an R888 is not a bad day. They hold up pretty well. So if I only make 750 wheel, they should be pretty damn good. The only downside to that is they are a good $500-600 for the 2 tires, and that's not in the budget right now. That's gotta wait. Maybe we get those on Black Friday. Maybe we get them on New Year's. I have no clue. Maybe I sell one of my kidneys and half of my shoes. Who knows? Needless to say, I definitely learned a thing or two about changing alternators on a 2001 Honda Accord, and we potentially almost learned about the history of the Hellcat, and that was pretty sick. Kind of cool, which I guess it wraps it up for this week's little update. And that is going to wrap it up for this video. If you enjoyed watching today's video, be sure to hit that like button. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out on any of the content that we put up every week. And as always, we thank you oh so much for watching. Be sure to stay tuned for next week's video.
Peace.